MovieWeb.com.
You do not speak with anybody other than the next of kin. No friend, no neighbor, or mistress. We're racing Fox, CNN, what have you. We gotta be first. Avoid physical contact. In case you feel like offering a hug or something, don't.
I'm not gonna be offering any hugs, sir.
So I saw the film last week, guys, and absolutely loved it. It's so beautiful and so moving. And then I happened to go home and see on TV that President Obama was actually appearing at a transfer of bodies ceremony. And I know that your character, Woody, really talks about that in the film. And Oren, actually, your director, had mentioned that you guys had been at the White House last week, a few days before President Obama went to that. So I was just wondering your feeling on that and how you think this movie will resonate with an audience at this time in the country's history.
Well, I mean, it's a gratifying thing that Obama did that because certainly previous administrations wanted to stay as far away from that as possible. You know, he's been stuck with a hell of a situation that he now has to deal with. And he could go one of two directions. He could be LBJ or he could be JFK, you know. And, you know, who wouldn't rather be JFK? So, you know, the experience as a whole, though, was just incredible, you know. Like, we really spent a lot of time with soldiers. We went to Walter Reed. We really immersed ourselves in that world of our characters, you know. So for us, I think it was, well, for me, and I know he'll say the same, it was the most gratifying, best experience I could have had making a movie because it really was life-changing. It made me feel emotions and start to care for the soldiers, and also just to work with this fella, it was really gratifying because I think he's one of the finest actors we have, and he goes to a depth, a level that very few are willing to go. So it was pretty great.
Ben, how was doing the research and creating your role? How was that for you on this project?
Well, I did it with him. You know? I did it with Oren, with Samantha Morton, Jenna Malone, Steve Buscemi. He couldn't be surrounded with braver or more humble actors. It's rare you get the opportunity to do something where everybody's coming in to serve it rather than serve themselves, and go through a really challenging material and finding, hopefully, hope. And that's such a beautiful experience to ask difficult questions together without projecting easy answers and still find love in your heart. It's a heck of a picture.
Do you feel like you learned something from the research and from just being a part of the film, that you learned something that maybe you didn't know about yourself or about the subject matter?
The endurance to feel is a muscle that we got to keep working every day. And calluses can build up over time, and our hearts die, and that's kind of being as good as dead. So whatever position you're in, if we can be together and be okay with feeling whatever it is, that's a step in the right direction. A little empathy.
It's such a heavy subject matter. Was it difficult on the set, like doing a really dramatic scene? And then, I mean, what did Oren sort of do to keep it light on the set and lighthearted so you guys weren't just completely devastated all the time?
Exotic dancers,
Cat
zoo
juggling.
animals.
Yeah, cat juggling.
No, we, you know, it wasn't like, it wasn't a heavy set, ironically. I mean, but everybody was very intent on the work and wanting to make this great, and so it was, you know, we were pretty serious about that, so we weren't like cutting up and snapping towels in between takes, you know what I mean? But, you know, unless we're like having a pretty light scene. But, you know, I loved this movie so much because, first of all, I think Oren is a truly great director, and he had a vision, and he created this thing that we go around and we've been showing it to audiences all over the country, and it really connects to like the molten core of someone's heart, you know, in such a way that, yeah, you feel a lot during the course of it, but by the end of it, it really makes you exuberant. So, you know, to have that experience with these people across the country and have them respond the way they have has been extraordinary. But also even showing it to soldiers and their reaction to be so powerful. And
Okay, how you've gotten good reactions from different soldiers? How has that been for you guys?
they're just so gratified to see this aspect of what they do shown, you know, because we talk a lot about the war, you know, through the media and so forth, but rarely is there much talk about the consequences of war other than statistically. So this is humanizing.